So key 4, let's talk about retention. A lot of people overlook retention, and look, we focus on it like a laser at our company. It's really one of your most important metrics, and it's also an often overlooked source of growth for your company and an inexpensive source of growth for your company as well. I'm sure you know this. I'm sure you've heard this. It's much harder, significantly harder, to generate a new customer compared to keeping an existing one. You know, you have to ask yourself, you know, why are you losing customers? When customers cancel, are you digging deep to understand, did they leave you for a competitor? Did they leave you for a service reason? Did they leave you because they wanted a different product or service? Are door-knocking companies approaching your customers and telling them that they could provide them with things like lights, locks, and video and app control, and your company can't? It probably is happening. Do your existing customers even know you offer any of these products and services? And if you've been a burglar alarm company for 10 or 20 or 30 years, there's a good chance your customer thinks that that's kind of all you do, and you don't offer some of these advanced services that I've been talking about for the past half hour or so. The other thing not on this slide is, you know, as you develop your business plan, retention marketing spend should be a key ingredient of your business plan and should be something that you should budget for going forward every year. Continuing on competition, I mean, I think today, if you look at the reasons for customers canceling, moves should be your #1 reasons that customers cancel, and that's an uncontrollable thing. You can't control if your customers move. Then non-pays may be your #2 reason, or financial issues. But more and more, you may see competition as a reason for customer cancellation. And you may see more of that than you ever have in years past. And I want to clarify, I'm a big believer that competition is great, and it keeps all of us on our toes. But there is a problem in the industry with deceptive sales tactics, and those should be on your radar, and I'm sure you're all familiar with them. And there's 2 ways to deal with deceptive sales tactics. #1, I mean, if you look at offensive, you should always be open with your customers. Always explain contract terms and cancel policies. Customers will understand if they're getting $2,000 worth of equipment for free and they have to commit to a term contract. So be transparent. Don't hide behind the fact that you're asking the customer to make a 2, 3 year, maybe even longer commitment in exchange for this. And also offer them the ability to buy it outright and have a no contract term as well. Customers are familiar with that now because of the advent of the iPhone, where they know that it's being subsidized via monthly fees. Also, train your team on the proper way to present themselves in your company. Make sure that your people in the field are being as transparent as possible with what customers are getting, what they're committing to, and what they're signing. And if they're not, take swift action. On the defensive end, and this should be on your radar as well, losing a customer is fair game. If a customer makes the choice that they don't want to be with you anymore, or if you drop the ball, that's fair game. Again, competition's great. But losing a customer due to deceptive sales tactics is not okay. And it really compromises the company because a customer can end up with 2 companies that they're paying. So how do you avoid that? You always have to stay in front of your customer. And I know a lot of alarm dealers in the past haven't done that as well as they maybe could have or should have. Reach out to local consumer protection agencies if you're seeing deceptive sales tactics in your area. And unfortunately, if you have to, protect your turf. If you see deceptive sales tactics impacting you, you may have to take legal action. It may be necessary. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But I think if you stay in front of your customer and you make sure to remind them that you're here for them, you offer advanced products and services, there really shouldn't be, and you give good service, there really shouldn't be a reason why they should leave you for someone.